Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about my December 2022 sales on eBay. I'm going to show you my top 10 items and we're going to go over the individual costs for each of those items so you can take a look at how I keep track of my cost of goods sold. And I'm actually going to take you right into my seller hub so you can see my total sales for December. I'm fully transparent. And we're going to talk a little bit about our fees and shipping and handling. And we're also going to touch on, should we do free shipping or should we charge for shipping? So let's get started, shall we? So here we are. We are in my seller hub. How groovy is this? You can see that up here at the top. These are my sales for December 1st, 2022, December 31st, 2022. My total sales were $5,712.47. I do want you to remember, or I do want you to be aware that those total sales do include the amount of money that you receive for the item, plus any shipping that you charge the customer, plus sales tax. My selling costs over here are $2,005.41, with my net proceeds coming from eBay of $3,346.97. So we're going to jump down here and we're going to talk a little bit about what I was talking about on the free shipping. So my total sales were $5,712.47, but if you break that out, my item sales were actually $4,646.63. I charged shipping and handling of $705.75. And the sales tax that was collected by eBay and paid on my benefit was $360.09. So you're probably saying, well, why is that important? Well, so when I started reselling again in last March, and I quit my full-time job, I thought I was going to be like Amazon and I'm going to do free shipping. I'm just going to include it in the price, but it really actually gets super confusing. And it gets super confusing because when you got coupons involved, if you've got free shipping rolled up in there, you've got to take that into account that you've just discounted your shipping by 25% or 20% or 30% or whatever it is that if you have a coupon that you're giving that customer off. And so it was becoming really super hard for me to realize, am I making money or how much am I losing on shipping? And I realized that I needed to really be able to break out those costs. And since when I was watching on YouTube and all these resellers were actually charging for shipping and not doing free shipping, I was like, heck yeah, I'm going to do that. If it's not going to hurt my sales, and it didn't, if it's not going to hurt my sales, and maybe with a few exceptions, I am not going to offer free shipping. But technically, it's not free anyway, right? We've added extra money into the item. So I just felt it was easier for the customer. And sometimes I think the customer doesn't really pay attention to the shipping. They're looking at more of the item cost. And so that's where I come off on that. And I want you to think about that. And maybe we'll do a video in the future and we'll talk a little bit more about that in depth. So let's go back and look at that. At my cost again. So let's jump back into my reseller hub. Okay, so my selling costs were $2,005.41. My eBay fees, including any promotional fees that I paid to promote my items on eBay, are buried in that $876. And then my shipping labels were $1,128.78. Well, over here you can see I charged the customer $705.75. So technically, the variance of those two numbers, I would actually have to reduce my item sales by that to kind of get an idea of how is my margin doing? Am I doing okay with that gross profit margin? So let's jump into my top 10 sales. So jumping in my sales, coming in at number 10 is an Instant Pot. I got this at a yard sale for $20. And it sold in 6 days. I listed it on 11/29/2022, and it sold on 12/5/2022. The buyer paid $20 for shipping. And let's take a look at that really quick and see. So you can see my shipping label was $13.52, and I charged the customer $20, so we're good there. My eBay fees were $9.55. I promoted this item. It cost me a whole whopping $4.37, and I sold it in 6 days. So take that into account. And my acquisition cost on that was $20. My total cost of goods was $47.44 with a gross profit margin of $32.55. So the next item that I sold was this 2000 first edition Celestial Gallery. It was an oversized art book. It was quite large. And we picked this up at Hoarder House number 2. I put a value on that of $5. It was just one of so many items that I purchased from that. So I figured $5 was a pretty fair assessment on what I paid for that book. It did go international, which is always super exciting through the eBay program. I don't have to worry about returns on that one as long as I haven't screwed up on that description. So on that Celestial Gallery, we've got the revenue was $100 on that because it was a best offer. You can see that it sold for $110, or it was listed for $110, and we sold it for $100. Shipping label was $8.91. We did do free shipping on this item, and the eBay fees were $15.09. I paid a whopping $4.40 to promote that. And then my acquisition cost on that was $5 for a total cost of goods of $33.40 with a gross profit of $66.60. Bam, we'll take that. That one did take me a while to sell. I listed that on September the 7th, and it sold on 12/22. So the number item on the list is this Telco Motionette Teddy Bears Pajama Nightgown. I got this from Hoarder House number 1 that I have talked about early in some of my previous videos. And it was great. It worked perfectly. And so I was super excited to get that. You don't see these anymore. And we did charge $29.99 for shipping on that one. That one did sell for a coupon. So we did take a coupon of $21.25 off of that order. Let's dive into the actual numbers on this order. And so the revenue was $114.99. Take that coupon off. My net revenue was $93.74. That did include shipping revenue of $29.99. My shipping label cost on that was $19.73. So we picked up a little bit of money on that. My eBay fees were $11.44. This did sell promoted listing for $4.54. It sold in 41 days. We listed that on November the 2nd, and it sold on December 13th. I put a $10 value on that. It was in a big group of items. And so my total cost of goods is $45.71 with a gross profit margin of $48.03. So the next item that sold is a 5-piece place setting from Lennox debut collection. That is my item number 7. It was part of, I think I got 12 sets altogether. I think I accidentally misshipped something, but got this at a yard sale. It was a divorce sale, and this guy just wanted to get rid of all of this china. She clearly had some type of a registry, and she had all this Lennox. It was brand new. She never even took it out of the box. It was crazy. So we sold all the sets. These were the last 2 sets that we sold, and that is the revenue on that one was $100. Shipping was free on that one. It sold for a best offer. We had them listed for $60 place setting. The shipping label was $19.19. eBay fees came in at $11.86. It was not sold at a promoted fee, and I put a $20 acquisition cost on that. So my total cost of goods was $51.05. I made a gross profit of $48.95 on this sale. So the next item I'm going to show you coming in at number 6 is a Spectrum DX6i airplane helicopter transmitter radio receiver storage case. It came in the case. My brother-in-law, he flies battery operated helicopters, and so I knew this transmitter had to be worth some money. They had a price tag on it, I believe, of $20. I think I got her to take $20, or I'm sorry, it had a price tag of $20. I got her to take $15. I got this at a yard sale. Buyer did pay shipping, and they paid $20 in shipping. So my revenue, it did sell on a coupon. So my net revenue was $125. My shipping label was $15.95. So we did okay on shipping on that one. And then my eBay fees were $14.93. I did sell it promoted for $5.83. My acquisition costs were $15. My total cost of goods was $51.71. So I made a gross profit of $73.29. And I sold that item actually in 3 days. I listed it on 12/4 and it sold on. So the next item we sold, which is item number 5, was a Singer MP4 Magic Press electric clothing drying iron. You can see that it worked. We showed a picture of it turning on. That broke down. The revenue was $160. We did charge $50 for shipping. It sold via coupon, a 25% coupon. And so my net revenue is $132.50. And remember, my net revenue includes any shipping fees that I charge the customer. The shipping label was 5206, so I lost some money on that one. That one probably took me 30 minutes to pack, plus all kinds of shipping costs. And so you can see why I want to get away from that. My eBay fees were $15.88. This did not sell promoted fees, it sold organically. And my acquisition cost on that was $15. So my total cost of goods was $82.94 with a gross profit of $49.56. So the next item on the list is this SureCall Easy 4G cell phone booster with internal and external antenna setup 4G. I bought this at a yard sale. He had a sticker on it. I believe it was $20 on that one. And or I offered him $20 and he took $20. I was very hesitant in buying this item. I actually left and I went back to the truck and I looked it up, and me and my husband turned around and we went back and we picked that one up. I did do free shipping on this one. It was a new item. I was up against a lot of people who had free shipping, so it's one of those exceptions to the rule. So let's take a look at how that one panned out for profit. So we got the item was listed for $199.99. They did apply our 25% coupon for December on that. So my net revenue was $149.99. I paid shipping fees of $15.30. My eBay fees were $18.14. I did sell this through the promoted fees. A lot of competition on this item, so that actually worked in my benefit. $15.52 in promoted fees, and then the cost that I paid for this at the yard sale was $20. My total cost of goods was $68.96 with a gross profit of $81.03. That item, I listed that one on 11/9 and it sold on 12/7. It sold in 28 days. So the next item we sold was this Mikasa Arctic Light set of 6 crystal champagne tall sherbet glasses. You can see we had that listed for $3.95 with a shipping cost of $25. We got this from hoarder house number 2. He had tons, bags of crystal. I only got a small portion of it. And the great thing about this crystal is that it had all the tags on it, and it actually had let's see if we can go in here and look. So you can see it had all the information on there, so it was super easy to look up. Now this particular type, the champagne tall sherbet glasses, I had to dive into Worth Point for this because there wasn't any listings or very few items of these Arctic Lights or these champagne sherbet glasses sold. And so Terapeak did not give me enough information. So Worth Point is a great resource, and I will put the link below, and you guys need to try out that free trial. And so let's look at how that panned out as far as revenue goes. So it was listed with shipping for $420. They did use the 25% coupon on that. And so my net revenue was $321.25. And shipping labels were $40.74. My eBay fees were $37.34. And I did charge shipping on that one of only $25. So I lost a little bit of money on that shipping. And that's a lot of packing because we do double box all of our crystal and lots of shipping costs in that one. So I probably underpriced the shipping, but it did sell for quite a bit of money. My promoted fees were $16.46. That item, we listed it on 9/25, and that item sold on 12/13, and it sold in 79 days. And then the acquisition cost, I put $5 a glass as my cost, as this was part of a huge amount of That was a huge amount of inventory that I got at that second hoarder house. And then, so our total cost of goods was 124.54 with a gross profit of 196.71. So the number two item, getting super excited, drum roll please. All right. Well, it was five. This is the Ralph Burke Tyree Koala Oil Painting Velvet, 1977. It was an original. It was 16 and a half inches by 20 and a half inches. I actually got this at a yard sale and I did create a video on this. So you have to go back and watch the video to see that I actually got this item for free. It was crazy. I had seen on Bolo Buddies, thank you, Bolo Buddies. I had watched a Bolo Buddy video and they had showed that these velvet paintings were worth quite a bit of money. And so I went up to this yard sale and this lady had free on it, free. I was so excited. All right. So I had it listed for $595. Good story on this one. This one was sold. It was actually sold locally. The buyer picked it up. So there was no shipping cost involved. And he was super excited. We did sell this at a best offer of $470. And there was no coupon used. I took that best offer. My sales in December were really low. And so sometimes when my sales are low and I didn't pay anything for this, so no need to be greedy. So whenever I show, so I sold this Ralph Burke painting for $470. They did not use a coupon, so my net revenue was $470. The buyer picked it up, so there was no shipping cost incurred. My eBay fees were $55.02. It did not sell promoted listings. There was no acquisition cost, so my total cost of goods on this item was $55.02 for a gross profit of $414.98. Now you're probably saying, Susan, how often does this really happen? Actually, it happens quite a bit. And the longer you sell on eBay, and the more often you go out there thrifting, garage sailing, going to estate sales, watching auctions, you're going to find this more and more. And I guarantee you, if you come back to my channel and you watch me and see me post all my items, you're going to see that I find this stuff all the time. So if I can find it, you can find it. All right. So let's get back to it and let's go back to our number one sale of the month for December. Here we go. So my number one sale of the month for December was this Paul Jones Whiskey Log Cabin After the Hunt tin sign. It's a Four Roses whiskey. I think it was an advertising sign. It was quite large. It was 25 inches by 36 inches. It actually had some crinkles in it. I got this at my friend's aunt's house. It was in the garage and it was destined for Goodwill. So I snagged it and brought it home. I actually found this on WorthPoint as well because I couldn't find any really good comps to compare it to. This was an original. It was not a reproduction. So we did do free shipping on this one. This is before I went to the shipping where I charge customers for shipping. However, this is a higher end item. So maybe I would have done free shipping, but I don't think it was necessary. If somebody's spending this kind of money or anybody's looking at this high end of an item, then they're not going to complain about shipping costs. But so that's the back end story on this one. That was super exciting. Did have that one for a while. So I listed that item back on June the 9th of 2022, and it did not sell till December 19th, 2022. It took 193 days to sell. These very unique items, they're great to run across, and sometimes you have to sit on them, and I probably could have gotten more money if I sat on it longer. However, I got the item for free from my friend, and so I am not going to quibble over that. It did sell as a best offer, $525. Shipping label was only $15.05. My eBay fees were $61.68. It did not sell through promoted fees, and my acquisition costs were $0. And my total cost of goods was $76.73 with a gross profit of $448.27. Cha-ching. I sold two high-end items that were completely free. How crazy is that? So that's it, kiddos. Those are my December sales. And we dove a little bit in my theory and my feeling on charging for shipping. I think it's a great thing to do because I think as you grow your business, as your eBay turns from a side hustle to a full-time business or just keeping it as a side hustle, you need to be mindful. You need to make sure that you're really making money. So you can see all of those 10 items that I showed you, I made a pretty good return on my money. And I will guarantee you, I rarely lose money on selling an item on eBay because I do try to buy things at a very low cost. I don't try to list massive amounts of items on eBay. I've been having a really hard time getting over 300 items in my store, and I'm okay with that for right now. I do need to get my sales up, so I am going to have to get that higher. But I turn my items quite quickly, as you can see. And I think that's a good way to be. So I think that's going to be it for today. And yeah, this took me forever to get out. So I'm going to quickly jump on to my January video so you guys can see my January sales. And you can see my sales are kind of down. I've had a lot of personal commitments, no excuses, but it is what it is. And so we're trying to dive deep into it. I'm trying to get more video and content out there to you guys. I hope you like this video. Please be sure to subscribe and like this video or leave me your comments. Tell me what you think. What would you like to learn? I'm here to teach you and I'm here to show you how. So we will talk at you later. Have a groovy day.